happen. Let's get into our conversation for tonight on the program. We're talking about Edo governorship election. Yesterday on the program, we spoke to one of the frontrunner in the race, the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Godwin Obaseki. Tonight, we'll flip the page now and look at another gladiator, another frontrunner in the race. Is a candidate of the People's Democratic Party. He's not stranger to the politics of Edo State. Pastor Osage Ize-Iyamu joins us on the program. Many thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you, Shehu. Thank you.
You were on the field today, and there seems to be traffic everywhere, and a whole lot of people are trying to finalize their campaigns and all of that. How sure are you in this race that you can win this election?
Well, we want to give all the glory to God. It's been an amazing experience. The outpouring of love and support across the state has been overwhelming. Everywhere we've been to, people have come out with so much love, so much enthusiasm, and they are all singing on the need to change the change. It's unbelievable. There's a revolution going on in Edo. People are tired, they are fed up, and bearing any manipulation, I can assure you that we will win overwhelmingly.
You said you have a lot of love from the people of the state. You're no stranger to the government house. You served as SSG, the state secretary to state government. You served also as the chief of staff to the former governor. And one will be wondering again, what else do you want in government? Why do you want to be a governor? Are you desperate?
No, but you must know that there's a lot of difference. Being chief of staff, secretary to government, and being the governor of the state. As a chief of staff or even secretary to government, I was not in charge of any ministry. I could not even supervise them. I could not approve any amount of money. So you can't compare the role I played before to the role I want to play now. It can be very frustrating being in government or outside and seeing people misuse the funds of your state and watch a lot of maladministration. So it gets to a stage when you just get tired of lamenting and you say, I need to go and do it. One thing you forgot to also mention was that I was one of those who brought Comrade Adams to S.I.M.P.L.E. I was national vice chairman of his party. I was director general of his campaign. And I became appalled that what we were complaining before, he was even doing in a worse manner.
What was it that you were complaining about?
Well,
that he's doing now?
Well, when we were in the PDP, we complained about the governor not being able to rule the state without interference. We talked about no to godfatherism. We talked about the need to focus more on the people. These are some of the issues that we canvassed. And the governor came at S.I.M.P.L.E. and he appeared to be preaching the same thing. But today, he's the biggest godfather in Edo State.
Some people will say...
No matter how much you talk about corruption, the corruption that he has perpetuated right now in office is mind-boggling.
Some people will say you fell apart. You fell apart because he will not allow you interfere
with
in his government.
No, you see, how could I have interfered when I was outside?
They say you are even the one who wanted to play Godfather.
No. From day one, I made it very clear to him that I was not interested anymore in any appointive office. There was no position he didn't give to me.
He offered you positions?
No, party position. If a man could give me the highest position in this party, that shows a level of confidence. I was chairman of his inauguration committee. I was chairman when he came in after 1 year anniversary. So that will tell you that in terms of respect and looking at my capacity, he had that for me. But I was extremely disappointed that a man we all had so much hope would be able to do so much for our state was even worse than those we complained.
Okay, are you saying that there was corruption in the last government, in the government of the PDP?
Let's be
was there corruption in the government of PDP?
Of course, there is
that you were part of for 8 years?
Listen.
No. You agree that there was corruption there?
Listen, there is no.
Pastor Ize-Iyamu, you agree there was corruption in that time?
Listen, if I tell you there was no corruption, I will be lying. And if you pretend that there is no corruption in this country, then you are not being real. There is corruption. And our prayer is that every successive government will try to minimize until we eliminate it. And I'm telling you that the corruption now is mind-boggling compared to the corruption then. And I can give you statistics. To even prove it, the EFCC, ICPC, they have invited key officials of this government close to 70 times in the past few years, almost on a regular basis. Commissioner of Finance, the PS government, Accountant General. The only reason why they're not inviting Comrade Ize-Iyamu is because of his immunity. So if you say, oh, because when I was in government, there was corruption. But I'm proud to say that after leaving office 9 years after, nobody can indict me of any corruption.
But you were invited by the EFCC.
Who, when?
You were indicted by the FCC over the issue of campaign funds.
Unless you don't know the meaning of indictment.
No, I'm asking that you were inviting. Definitely there is a difference. Yeah?
It's not the same thing as indicted. I was invited, and you yourself know that if I was indicted, I would be in court or I'll be in detention. The fact that I can be talking to you now clearly tells you that this is one man who has always ensured that he kept a clean record. I've been in government, I've been secretary, I've been chief of staff, I've not stolen a kobo, I've not taken any government money. But if you look at the statistics of what is happening in Edo today, you would weep. I was coming to your place just now, it's impossible. You know, who will believe that channels in Benin would be here and the environment is like this?
But that was the road that the government, when you were in PDP, that was the road that you granted, you gave out that road. But in no time, the road was bad again.
How long after? Do you know when that road was done? Look, in any event, when you elect a government after, what is the purpose? Is that not to fix the problem? Is it not laughable and ridiculous that over 10 years after Lucky Benedion left office, Comrade Ize-Iyamu is still lamenting about Lucky Benedion? That is a very poor student. You were elected for 2 terms to correct whatever mistake that was there before. And years after your second term, you are just in your last weeks and you are still lamenting about Lucky Benedion. It means that putting you in office was a complete waste.
Mr. Ize-Iyamu,
listen to me, listen. Lucky Benedion came in after years of military rule. Go and play the tapes. He never lamented about the military rule.
Let me ask you quickly. You said that there was corruption in the government of Ize-Iyamu. If you win this election, would you be probing him?
Well, you see, when you use the word probe, that's a very vindictive expression. The first thing will be handover notes. I have a right to demand to get the notes, especially when we are dealing with a government that is not transparent. They tar roads because it's not disclosed. Everything they do is not disclosed. If you ask them today, what is the level of indebtedness, they will not tell you. But I read in the Punch that looking at the hierarchy, Edo State is the 3rd most indebted state in this country. This is the same government that told us that they are not owing anybody. Yet they went through the back door to go and access the bailout fund and collected 12.5 billion. That money, we don't know what it has been used for because they say they are not owing workers. Pensioners are still being owed. Local government are still being owed. So the reality is that the government is in a mess, which we have to tidy up. But I'm not starting from a vindictive perspective. No. The first thing is, can we have your handover notes? We'll look at it. If there are gray areas, we can decide to probe further.
If you will assess the government of Ize-Iyamu in the last 7 years or so, how would you say he has performed?
In the first 4 years, we applauded him. Applauded him because we believed that he was determined to transform the state. And that was when the so-called Red Revolution he was talking about was happening. That's when some roads were being tied. And I was one of those who kept urging him on and applauding him. But the second term, where he ought to finish strong, has been a disaster. In fact, you will notice that in the past 1 or 2 years, government in Edo State is practically on autopilot. There's nobody there at all. The governor is campaigning as if he's doing a 3rd term. Nobody's running the affairs of Edo State government. The second term has been a disaster. In the second term, what can he point to? Which roads has he done? Which schools has he done? Where are the industries? Where is agricultural initiative? Nothing to point to in the second term. Right. Now remember that if you are assessing him, we have assessed him in his first term, he got He got a mandate to come back for a second term. The second term, what has he done?
Okay, you have talked to me about the issue, your programs. You said you have a simple agenda, S.I.M.P.L.E. As it stands now, Nigeria is facing a huge economic crisis. And that means that when you become governor, this is an oil-producing state, isn't it? So what is going to be important would be economy, isn't it? How do you hope to tackle the economic issues?
Well, good question. If you read through my simple agenda, you will find out that we devoted quite some pages to the issue of revenue mobilization and how to diversify the economy of our state. There's no doubt that at this point in our nation's history, we need to think outside the box. We need to be very creative in terms of governance. We believe that Edo State has a lot of potentials, which sadly has been untapped. In the area, for example, of industries, we are practically not doing anything to bring businesses to our state. We must do that. We have solid minerals. We have a lot of agricultural potentials. If you put this together, that, of course, can change the entire economic landscape of our state. So what we intend to do is that we want to look for a more creative way of raising money. This present government focused on 3 areas. 1, the money coming in from Abuja. 2, loans. And 3, taxes. And most of the time, the taxes were multiple in nature, they were punitive, and they were arbitrary. That itself has scared away businesses. We believe that if you want to get taxes, you must improve the business environment. You must make it friendly, so that when businesses come in, you will find that invariably you will get more taxes. So in the short term, we do not even mind if there is a downward drop in our IGR. We know that it can only be in the short term. But in the long run, we would have created a more liberal, friendly business environment. You are going to find out that more businesses will come in.
All right. Just as we close now, I'd like you to explain this and talk about this matter. A lot of people have the fears that what you said at the birthday of Chief Igbinedion about what you've been quoted to have said, that the birthday will be a state affair. A lot of people are wondering that what do you imply?
Thank you. You know, the PDP, in their desperation.
The PDP?
The APC, thank you.
Yeah, you talking from the heart?
The APC, in their desperation to see how they can stop me, have tried everything. They have gone to the issue of EFCC, they've gone to non-existent contracts that I was involved in when I was in government. If there were issues like that, please report to the FCC. Why are you talking about it?
Because we need to go now. I need you to hammer on that matter so that we can close.
That statement is not true at all. I don't need to do birthday for Chief Igbinedion. The man has been doing birthday even before I was born, so I don't need to. And it will be stupid for anybody to believe that I will make such a statement. They will just be mischievous. And if you want to know exactly what I said, it's just that, people play with words these days. All I was saying was that you have had a governor who took delight in insulting elders. In our own time in government, we will celebrate the elders of our state.
All right.
And that's different from...
We need to go now. But before we go, are you confident you are winning this election?
Definitely.
Are you desperate?
Definitely.
Are you desperate?
No, there's no desperation about it. But I can assure you that God has spoken, the people have spoken.
All right. Thank you so much.
This election overwhelmingly.
Candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Ize-Iyamu, has been speaking with us on the program, and I wish you luck as people go to the polls. Well, many thanks for being such a great coming on the program today. That's our show on behalf of the team right here from Benin City to Lagos. I'm sure Kimalo.